The parable of the wise and foolish virgins. Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 1 to 13. Parable, quote, "Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. The foolish ones took their lamps but did not take oil with them, whereas the wise took oil in their vessels along with their lamps. Since the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. But at midnight a cry was heard, 'Behold, the bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him.' Then all the virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the wise, 'Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out.' But the wise answered, 'No, lest there should not be enough for us and you. Go rather to those who sell and buy for yourselves.' While they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. Later the other virgins came and said, 'Lord, Lord, open to us.' But he answered, 'Truly I say to you, I do not know you. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man will come.'" Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 1 to 13. Explanation of the parable. This parable is one of the most well-known in the New Testament, and its interpretation encompasses many spiritual, theological, and moral aspects. In this story, the bridegroom represents Jesus Christ, while the 10 virgins symbolize people awaiting his return. The lamps represent a person's spiritual state, and the oil signifies their faith, spiritual strength, and readiness to meet God. Symbolism of the parable. The oil in the vessels is a metaphor for spiritual preparation. In the gospel context, it symbolizes a person's personal effort in developing their faith, following commandments, and maintaining constant prayer. Without this oil, an internal reserve of grace, a person will not be able to withstand difficult times. The virgin's sleep is also significant. It represents human weakness and natural fatigue, but the key difference between the wise and the foolish is that the former were ready to awaken. The foolish virgins are those who neglected their souls, lived carelessly, and hoped that at the last moment someone would share their spiritual blessings with them. The door that shuts before the foolish virgins symbolizes the end of opportunities. When the time of trial or judgment day arrives, it is too late to change anything. This theme emphasizes the importance of conscious preparation in advance. Application in life. The parable of the wise and foolish virgins is relevant not only from a religious perspective, but also in terms of personal development and responsibility for one's life. It teaches the necessity of being foresight, managing one's fate consciously, rather than relying on chance. Awareness of responsibility. Life is full of challenges, and the parable teaches that we should not postpone important matters. The wise virgins represent those who understand the importance of preparation. They take care of their inner world, develop spiritual strength, and work on their character. The foolish ones, on the other hand, rely on luck and are unwilling to work for the future. The parable clearly shows that merely being around the wise is not enough. One must take the initiative and be ready to work. We cannot expect others to do important work for us. Modern-day examples. Personal development. A person who consistently engages in self-improvement, studies, and develops intellectually and spiritually resembles a wise virgin. They prepare in advance for life's challenges so that in a difficult moment they do not find themselves before a closed door of opportunities. For example, a student who studies in advance takes exams without stress, while one who procrastinates until the last moment faces failure. Similarly, in a career, an employee who constantly improves their skills advances more quickly. Financial literacy. People who manage their finances wisely, save, invest in education and health, can look to the future with confidence. They are like the wise virgins who prepared in advance for possible hardships. Those who spend thoughtlessly, relying on luck, may find themselves in difficult situations. Conclusion. The parable of the wise and foolish virgins carries a profound message applicable to various aspects of life. It teaches awareness, responsibility for one's actions, and the need to prepare for important moments in life in advance. Spiritual life, like any other area, requires a systematic approach and effort. The most important lesson of the parable is that every person has the opportunity to make a conscious choice, to be among the wise virgins or to find themselves among the foolish. The choice is always ours. Psychological analysis. From a psychological perspective, this parable reflects the difference between short-term thinking and strategic planning. The wise virgins have well-developed emotional intelligence, the ability to foresee the consequences of their decisions, and control over their emotions. They are capable of self-discipline, conscious decision-making, and long-term planning. Procrastination and its consequences. The foolish virgins in this parable symbolize people who postpone important tasks, believing they will always have time to catch up. In psychology, this is called procrastination, the habit of putting off actions that require effort. Studies show that procrastination is often associated with high levels of anxiety and stress. People who do not prepare in advance for significant events experience greater tension and risk facing serious problems. Stress and resource management. The wise virgins, on the other hand, represent people with high levels of self-control and resilience to stress. They plan their lives, accumulate knowledge and experience, and learn to cope with difficulties. As a result, they feel more confident and at peace. Final thoughts. The parable of the wise and foolish virgins is not just a religious teaching but a universal life principle. It reminds us of the importance of preparation, awareness, and long-term thinking in all areas of our activities. Whether in spiritual growth, education, career, or personal relationships, the effort invested in advance determines success and well-being. By applying the lessons of this parable in everyday life, a person can learn to appreciate the present and consciously build their future, strengthening the spiritual and moral foundations of their existence. Dear listeners, thank you for the time spent together. Subscribe to the channel, put likes and write how you like this story. Click on the bell not to miss new videos and see you soon.